Hello. I'm going on with my series of interviews about green electronic. I'm speaking in Paris at the meeting of the EECONE project. This project has many partners, about 40 companies, which in very diversified area propose green solution. So I have the chance to speak now with Federico Danzi. He's coordinator of the new material new company.
Well, technical coordinator of advanced material.
Of advanced material, yeah. And Leonardo is a company, he will explain a little bit, specialized in aircraft, helicopter technology. So Federico will tell us about, I think, greener sensor for this application. So please, Federico.
Yep. Hello. Let's say within EECONE, as Leonardo, we are taking care of developing new sensors for structural health monitoring. At the moment, within the aerospace field, what we mainly do for track the status of our structure is to install sensors that are called strain gauge, that are basically based on electronic resistive element manufactured with Constantan. And what we are trying to do within this project is to reduce as possible the amount of those sensors, trying to develop new sensing electronics that would be more biocompatible, recyclable, and with reduced environmental impact. Within the project, we have developed mainly 3 alternative solutions, exploring printed electronics, capacitors and radio frequency sensors, and microwires. The idea would be to replace the current solution that it's not sustainable, because basically those sensors are single use, and introduce these new type of sensors that would be more green. The other activities that we are taking care of, it's the development of the implementation, more than the development of primers that would allow to debond the current sensors that we are using in our aerospace structures, in order to use multiple times the sensors that we currently have in operation. This would allow us to have a full recycle and reuse of these sensors while not throwing them to the landfill. In the end, the last activities we're taking care of is the development of some structural health monitoring system that would be based on optimal sensor placement technique to identify what are the regions of the structure that are more sensitive and rich in terms of information, and identify the position and the orientation of the sensors to be installed in order to have a full reconstruction of the strain field of the component, and then identify with the minimum amount of sensor the possible presence and propagation of defects, such as the lamination of cracks that are propagating within the structure. This is more or less, in a nutshell, what we are taking care of within the project, and we would like, let's say, to push this to the aerospace field.
Great, fascinating. I have always a very naive question. Of course, we all want to be the world to be greener, more recyclable, less carbon footprint. At the end, I always want to ask, is this also good for the business, or it's just the improvement of industry technique, which is also good, industrial way of designing a material? What do you think?
Well, definitely both the aspects have to be taken into account, in the sense that if we develop greener sensors, or we manage to reuse those sensors, that will have a direct impact on the business, in the sense that we will limit the cost of, let's say, the manufacturing of the acquisition of these sensors, and at the same time we will reduce our impact on the planet.
Sure. So we wish you good luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you.